The sun beat down on Dolakpur. It was a peaceful day. Birds sang in the trees, and children laughed as they played. But in the palace library, a great discovery was about to unfold. Chota Bhim and his friends, Raju, Chutki, and Jagu, were exploring.
Look, everyone, I found something.
They stumbled upon an old dusty scroll. Bhim carefully unrolled it.
It's a map!
The scroll was a map. It was very old and difficult to understand, but one thing was clear. It depicted a hidden city made of gold. The friends were very excited. They had heard whispers and legends of this lost city. Could this map be the key to finding it? The friends knew they had to investigate. They decided to tell the wise Raja Indravarma about their discovery.
We must show this to Raja Indravarma.
The Raja was intrigued. He gave them his blessing to embark on this adventure.
This is going to be amazing.
He cautioned them to be careful. The journey would be perilous. The next morning, Bhim and his friends gathered in the village square. They packed supplies for their journey. They had food, water, ropes, and even some of Chutki's delicious ladus for energy. The villagers cheered for them. They wished them luck on their quest.
Thank you, everyone. We'll make you proud.
With a mix of excitement and nervousness, Bhim and his friends set off into the unknown. The map led them towards the dense and mysterious Whispering Woods. The forest was said to be full of strange creatures and hidden dangers. But Bhim and his friends were determined to face any challenge that came their way.
I'm ready for anything!
As they entered the forest, the sunlight began to fade. The trees grew tall and thick, casting long shadows. The air was heavy with the scent of damp earth and unknown flowers. Bhim, the bravest of them all, led the way with a determined look in his eyes. He knew this quest wouldn't be easy, but he was ready. The Whispering Woods lived up to its name. The wind seemed to whisper through the leaves. It sounded like warnings and secrets. The path was difficult to follow. Thorny bushes snagged at their clothes. Hidden ditches threatened to twist their ankles. They encountered a rushing river. The current was too strong to swim across. Using their wits, they built a sturdy raft from fallen logs and vines.
My knots will hold, don't worry.
Chutki's knowledge of knots proved invaluable. They crossed the river safely. Deep in the forest, they found themselves face to face with a pack of snarling wolves. The wolves were hungry and fierce. Bhim, with his incredible strength, fought bravely. Raju used his slingshot with amazing accuracy. Together, they drove the wolves away.
Stay back, everyone.
Take that, you wolves!
The friends knew they had to be constantly alert. The forest was full of danger. It spoke with a voice that echoed through the mountains. The statue came to life. This was the Golden Guardian, the protector of the lost city. It shimmered and gleamed in the sunlight. It was made entirely of gold. It was a giant statue, but guarding the entrance to a hidden passage was a sight that made them catch their breath. The map showed that the lost city of gold lay beyond it. After days of travel through the Whispering Woods, the friends found themselves at the foot of a majestic mountain.
Whoa, it's moving.
Who dares to seek entry to the lost city of gold? The Golden Guardian boomed.
We are but humble travelers, seeking to learn the secrets of the lost city.
The Golden Guardian's eyes, which were two giant rubies, looked them up and down. Golden Guardian, to prove your worth, you must each face a trial. Section 5, Trials of Strength, Courage, and Wit. The Golden Guardian explained the trials.
With my great strength, I will move this massive boulder that blocks our hidden passage.
Bhim used all his might and pushed the boulder with a mighty roar. The ground trembled. The passage slowly creaked open.
I must navigate this maze filled with illusions and fears.
Raju, facing his fears head-on, used his wits and agility to find his way through the maze. He outsmarted the illusions that tried to trick him.
This ancient riddle, it speaks of the importance of teamwork and friendship.
Chutki, after carefully studying the riddle, understood its meaning. She shared her insight with her friends. Her wisdom impressed the Golden Guardian. It was time for the final test. Section 6, Triumph and the Guardian's Blessing. The Golden Guardian presented the friends with one last challenge. They had to work together. Only then could they deactivate a series of intricate traps that protected the entrance to the lost city. The traps were cunningly designed. They tested their teamwork and friendship.
I will use my strength to hold open these spiked gates.
I will use my slingshot to disarm the pressure plates.
And I will guide us through this maze of traps with my quick thinking.
They worked together seamlessly. Their bond of friendship was their greatest weapon. Finally, they reached the last trap. It was a giant lever. It needed to be pulled simultaneously by all three friends.
On three, we pull together.
1, 2, 3!
With a shout, they pulled the lever together. The ground rumbled. The gateway to the lost city of gold swung open. The Golden Guardian nodded in approval. They had proven their worth. The lost city of gold was even more magnificent than they could have imagined. Buildings shimmered, bathed in golden light. Treasures beyond imagination lay piled high. But amidst all this opulence, Beam noticed something else. The city was deserted. There were no people, no signs of life. As they explored further, they discovered the reason. The city was cursed. Anyone who stayed too long, consumed by greed, would be turned into a golden statue.
This treasure comes at a terrible price. We cannot let greed consume us.
Raju and Chutki agreed. They understood that true wealth wasn't measured in gold. They decided to leave the city as they found it. They took only what they needed for their journey back. News of Beam's heroic quest and selfless decision spread throughout the land. The people of Dholakpur rejoiced at the return of their heroes. They showered them with love and gratitude. Beam and his friends shared the story of the lost city and its curse. They reminded everyone that true wealth lay in kindness, courage, and generosity. Inspired by Beam's example, the people of Dholakpur ushered in a golden age. It wasn't an age of material wealth. It was an age of unity, prosperity, and happiness.
They used their experiences to help others. They shared their knowledge freely. They worked together to make Dholakpur a shining example of harmony and prosperity.
Beam, Raju, and Chutki knew that their adventure had changed them. They had faced their fears, learned valuable lessons, and discovered the true meaning of heroism. Life in Dholakpur settled into a comfortable rhythm. The memory of the lost city of gold became a tale told to wide-eyed children. One breezy afternoon, as Beam practiced his fighting skills, a messenger arrived at the palace. He carried a letter, sealed with a strange symbol. It was addressed to Beam and his friends. The messenger explained that it came from a distant land, a hidden kingdom high in the Himalayas known as Shambhala. Intrigued, Beam carefully opened the letter. It was written in a language they didn't recognize. But as Chutki deciphered the strange symbols, a look of surprise and excitement crossed her face.
The letter is from a wise old sage. He writes of an ancient prophecy, a threat to both Shambhala and Dholakpur.
Beam felt a familiar surge of adrenaline. It seemed their adventures were far from over. The letter from the sage spoke of an impending darkness, a powerful force that threatened to engulf the world in chaos. He believed that Beam and his friends were the chosen ones, destined to find the legendary artifacts of Shambhala. These artifacts were the only things that could stop this approaching evil. Excitement buzzed in the air. The prospect of a new adventure filled them with anticipation. They knew the journey to Shambhala would be perilous. The Himalayas were vast and unforgiving, but they were ready. They were Dholakpur's heroes. They would face whatever dangers lay ahead.
And so, with the blessings of Raja Indavarma and the hopes of our village behind us, we set off on a new quest.
Their destination, the hidden kingdom of Shambhala. Their mission to save their world from the encroaching darkness. Their journey had just begun. What awaited them in the snowy peaks of the Himalayas? Only time would tell.